And change can be distressing, right? All of this disruption and all of these things, change can be really disrupting and distressing. And that's where emotional intelligence comes in. Be like, but why should we talk about emotional intelligence? Hello, emotional intelligence is the future of work. We are interacting so much with technology, interacting so much on Teams. Oh God, who gets tired of team meetings, Zoom meetings, all of that? So much so that when you have an interaction with an actual human being, you should leave feeling like, oh wow, that was so refreshing. That's emotional intelligence, okay? The Industrial Revolution required strong workers. I probably would not have survived, oh my God, no. You needed to be strong in the Industrial Revolution to work. Information age requires knowledgeable workers. Yes, there's a lot of knowledge around, but the future of work, which is actually now, requires emotionally intelligent workers. What is that? What does that mean? With all the change that is happening, with all the disruption that is happening in the world, like I mentioned earlier, it is unavoidable. You cannot avoid disruption. But how do you navigate it? It requires you to have some degree, some level of emotional intelligence to navigate that. There are people that hate Monday, not because they hate their jobs. It's because they have a boss or a colleague. They cannot just think about coming to work on Monday. They can't deal with that. The question then becomes, are you that person that people don't even want to show up in the office? You know, when the pandemic, if there's one thing that the pandemic did for people, work from home, oh God, work from home. I don't have to deal with him. I don't have to deal with her. Before, people used to call in sick when they're not sick at all. Hi, hello. I just had a terrible flu this morning. I said I can't come in. But today, it's just to notify, I'm working from home. You don't have to lie anymore, like God. So there are good things that the pandemic came with, right? I get to work from home. But the point is that the reason some people cannot show up in the office is because there is a colleague, a boss, or someone there that is making everyone else miserable. Are you that person? Hello? I'm not pointing at anyone in the room. It is important to look within yourself and ask, how emotionally intelligent are you? Am I? It's a question for all of us, okay? Because it is critical. If you cannot get along with people, it becomes really difficult for people to work around you as a leader, especially as a leader. Yes, emotional intelligence is the ability to regulate and navigate your emotions as well as the emotions of those around you. Meaning that in everything you do, you need to consistently ask yourself, how does this impact the people around me, not just me as a person? So emotional intelligence is critical to the world of work we have today. And it is a journey, it is a skill. According to the World Economic Forum, it is one of the top 10 skills of the future of work, emotional intelligence. It is that serious. It is that serious. Human emotion is powerful. In fact, it is the most powerful force on the planet. Emotions can start war. Am I right? Emotions can also create peace. It can spark love, and it also causes divorce. These are two extremes of emotions. That is the reason why we need emotional intelligence. In fact, lack of emotional intelligence can cripple an organization depending on who is at the realm of leadership. If they're so driven by their ego and they cannot regulate themselves to see the point of someone else, that organization will be crushed to the ground. So it is critical. When I say emotional intelligence is the future of work, that is actually very serious. And as a leader, you need to learn to adapt, okay? It is not the strongest species that survives or the most intelligent. It is the one that is most adaptable to change, and that's a quote from Charles Darwin. The measure of your intelligence is your ability to change. Albert Einstein.